Well, obviously, Sydnie has an amazing voice, but people are also in love with her bubbly personality. And so we were having a little chat this morning and between ourselves, sort of like, does personality matter in a talent show? And we're going to come to you because you obviously sang and did very well at X Factor, but everybody also remembers you for your personality.
I think it's a really tough one because I think your personality, and no matter whatever job you do in life, is always going to help with that job. If you get on with people, if you're nice to people. Like the runners on my show in X Factor, when I went out 8 years later to present The Jungle, they were execs and really high up in telly, so you've got to be nice to people. Otherwise, they're going to have, like, the job that could sack you eventually. So I do think it matters in that sense. But I think with Sydnie, I think it almost does her a disservice talking about her personality helping her win the competition because her voice is just so incredible. She should have won it regardless of her personality and who she is because she's so amazing. And I think sometimes I felt bad that people would talk about my personality because I thought maybe I didn't deserve to be there as much because there were so many talented people and they might not have been as outgoing as me or as bubbly as me, but were they not getting through because I had a more bubbly personality? So it made me feel bad and I felt like I didn't deserve it.
Yeah, you did, though, because you had a brilliant voice and a great personality. But I think this is maybe where we're meant to go head-to-head like it's some big disagreement, but I just think that because on these talent shows there is such an incredible wealth of talent, two of which are on this panel now, should be Jane and I, but never mind. There is such a wealth of talent that sometimes having that personality shine through does make a difference. So I didn't see the final, but I saw, you know, a clip of that lovely girl, Sydnie Christmas, and thought she was amazing. But then when I saw the clip of her first on there saying that it was her real name, that her second name was Mary, having a laugh with everybody, that just does, as human nature, make me warm to that person more. But
then can you call it a talent competition if you're judging on something that has nothing to do with your talent?
I think it's because she's got I mean, she has obviously got a phenomenal voice as well. I just think with... And this sounds like an unkind thing to say, and it's not really, but sometimes if people are very, very, very shy and nothing comes over the threshold, I tend to lose a bit of interest in what their talent is. So I just think that sometimes it's nice to be backed by a bit of
what a
something.
shame for all those people that struggle to come out of their shell but are equally, if not more talented, but get overlooked because...
It's just a big, tough world, though, Stacey, isn't it? And I just think it is a kind of dog-eat-dog world, especially in
Do you think we have different rules for women? Because I'm just thinking about, say, somebody like Ed Sheeran, right, who is, you know, one of the most successful artists in the world. But if you walk into a room and Ed is in it, you don't notice him for ages. You sort of think, oh, there's someone that looks like Ed Sheeran. And then you realise it actually is Ed Sheeran because he's very... And, you know, he's like, he doesn't push himself forward. What, do you think it's harder on women, Brenda?
I think it is. I think there's more comparisons as well. Because, for instance, there was somebody, another gentleman that was on last night, and he was like a tenor. And he had equally an amazing voice, but you didn't see his personality as much as you did with Sydnie that won. So I think, you know, it's very hard because if you people talk about you as well. If you're not, if some incident has happened and then it's like Chinese whispers.
Back to the judges,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's it's just it is a bit of a popularity.
Yeah, let's move on to someone who's